which is located in the Kapuk area of Cengkareng, West Jakarta, exemplifies the intricate nexus between urban poverty, social inequality, and the shortcomings of inclusive urban spatial planning policies. This area was formerly known as Kampung Kapuk Teko. This area once a fertile and verdant zone comparable to elite neighborhoods such as Pondok Indah. In the 1970s, the locale was surrounded by rice fields and fruit trees, with minimal environment issues affecting the community. However, significant transformation began to unfold from the late 1980s through the early 1990s. And in 1988, the development of warehousing areas by private developers led to the unfill of natural water catchment areas that had previously served agricultural irrigation and drainage towards the Kali Angke River. This intervention resulted in the progressive accumulation of stagnant water, exacerbating flooding conditionally annually. And since the early 1990s, the area has experienced permanent inundations with water depths reaching up to 3 meters. Spatial planning in the Kapuk and Cengkareng district reveals a pronounced disparity between economic growth and adequacy of housing condition for low-income residents. Elevated roads, raised by approximately 2 meters, combined with expansion of industrial zone, have effectively transformed Kampung Apung into a basin prone to waterlogging. Since around 2009, both local communities and NGOs have referred to this area as Kampung Apung or flooding village. Owing to its persistent flooding with water levels ranging from 1.5 to 2 meters for most of the years, and it's giving the impression that the village is literally flooding. The prevailing spatial policy framework tends to overlook the social and ecological impacts of large-scale development projects. This imbalance reflects a structural bias favoring economics interests and investment priorities while neglecting the fundamental needs of impoverished populations. And consequently, residents of Kampung Apung endure unhealthy living environment characterized by limited access to clean water, sanitation, healthcare facilities, and adequate public spaces. The environmental transformation in Kampung Apung has fundamentally altered residents' lifestyles. Daily activities that once took place on solid ground now depend on temporary structure such as a bamboo bridge and small boats. This shift has constrained social interaction, economic activities, and access to public service, imposing additional financial and social burdens. Recurring costs for house repairs, health risks due to inadequate sanitation, and limited mobility have adversely affected access to education and formal employment opportunities. The scarcity of safe recreational and educational spaces for children further deteriorates the quality of life. Psychologically, living under such uncertain and precarious condition induces stress and perpetuates the cycle of poverty. Addressing the intertwined issues of poverty and inequality of Kampung Apung requires comprehensive and sustainable strategies. So the following interventions that are recommended are: first is provision of adaptive and affordable housing. And the second is improvement of basic infrastructure and public spaces. Third is integrated use of social and environmental data. And fourth is community and empowerment participation. and participation. And fifth is environmental management and climate adaptation. So, in my opinion, the Kampung Apung case exemplifies systemic failures in urban spatial planning that disregard the rights and needs of impoverished communities. The prevailing inequalities are not merely technical issues but reflect power imbalance and development priorities that privilege economic growth over social justice. And the dominant top-down planning model frequently marginalizes vulnerable voices, and it's resulting in solutions that are irrelevant or even detrimental to those who most affected. So, in conclusion, Kampung Apung serve as a stark illustration of how urban poverty and social inequality are deeply rooted in unjust and unsustainable spatial planning practice. While the community's adaptive strategies demonstrate remarkable resilience, they also underscore the urgent needs for inclusive, integrated, and ensure equitable living conditions and social justice in rapidly urbanizing context. So that's all for me. Thanks for your attention. I'm sorry if there any mistake that I made while making this video and